Guys, it's Siva. Blizzcon tickets are going on sale this week, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that and get you some tips so you can buy them for yourself. They're $200 a pop this year for the two-day event, which is occurring November 6th and November 7th. There's also fan site parties often on the 5th, the night before. The convention itself is the Friday and Saturday. Fan site parties, other events, also ticket pickup is that Thursday, although you can still pick up the tickets in the morning of the convention. It's located in Anaheim, California, which is just a short drive from the Blizzard headquarters in Irvine. The Anaheim Convention Center is the biggest one on this side of the United States, so while obviously it's not conveniently located for a lot of people, especially those of you in Europe or overseas, it means it can hold a huge volume of people, and every year Blizzard has expanded the floor space. Last year we got the arena. I think at this point we actually have the entire convention center. The first batch of tickets will go on sale this Wednesday, April 15th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. The second batch will go on sale this Saturday morning, April 18th at 10 a.m. The tickets are now sold through Eventbrite. Last year's Eventbrite process was really shitty with the way they had it handled. The waiting rooms were pulling people out of order. It was kicking people in and out. The main page drop-down was changing constantly. But Blizzard has promised that all of that has improved this year. We'll see how true that is this week. If you've ever tried to purchase BlizzCon tickets before, you know that the competition for them is fierce. I live right by the servers that process the ticket purchasing. I have a crazy low ping, something like 12 milliseconds, 13 milliseconds. I spam F5 on the purchase page. I hit buy as soon as possible. I've still ended up with like 10,000 people ahead of me in the queue, which means you're not getting tickets. They release the tickets in, I think, batches of 15. So if you're not like 3,000 or less in the queue, it's not guaranteed you're getting tickets. So a couple tips to get to the front of the queue. This will help you, hopefully. First off, register with Eventbrite in advance. I know that seems really obvious, but lots of people don't do that. They try to process it as guest, or they think they can do it as part of the process for buying the tickets. Don't do that. You will fuck yourself. Register in advance. If you can enter your billing information in advance, you should do that also. I'm not sure if it'll let you, but if you can, you should definitely do that. Make sure that you whitelist Eventbrite on no script and ad block, because it will block important scripts that you need to process the ticket purchasing. I just checked to make sure that this is still the case. It is still the case. To be safe, you might even want to disable your browser plugins entirely just for purchasing the tickets. About 20 minutes before events go on sale, log into your Eventbrite, make sure everything is working, you're on the site, everything looks okay. And then at that point, it's watching a clock, an accurate timepiece, your cell phone, something like that, for the tickets to go on sale, spamming F5, and then buying those tickets as fast as humanly possible. Now, there's a couple things that are unique to Eventbrite. Unlike when Blizzard sold those tickets directly, you cannot change the quantity of tickets once you've started the process. There's a little drop down that lets you select how many tickets you want, 1 through 4. Make sure you select them out before you hit the Order Now button, because if you're bringing a spouse and you hit that Order Now and you get 1 ticket, they're waiting at home. There's nothing you can do to fix that later. So it's very, very important. Select the right amount initially. And the reason that I'm really emphasizing this is before, when Blizzard processed it, you would always hit the Order Now button as soon as possible, and then later when you got to the checkout, you could change the amounts to save some time. Can't do that anymore. Second, if you do get put in the waiting room, you should wait there, especially since they promised that they've improved this. Anytime anyone drops from the queue, or they cancel their order or something like that, or they decide they don't, they want less tickets, it'll pull people from the waiting room, supposedly in order, to be able to buy tickets. So since they say that they fixed it, just to be safe, again, you should wait there. Now, this year, you'll be able to download your tickets and get the barcodes right away from the Eventbrite site. Before, you had to wait for Blizzard to email you. Now, it should be available immediately. So that's really cool. No more checking your spam filter constantly to see if the emails have gone out. And that is new this year. You have until April 14th to assign the names to your tickets if you're bringing friends or a guildie, something like that. I would check the official BlizzCon site for details on all of that, blizzcon.com. This is especially important if you're buying tickets for a friend, because you want to make sure they actually get in. And also, if you are resorting to eBay to buy your tickets and you don't want to get scammed, you should really read that policy, because they're requiring that the name on the tickets match your ID to get in. And of course, since you can change the names up to August 14th and the tickets become available instantly, someone could theoretically put your name on the ticket, send you the current ticket that shows your name on it, and then before August 14th, they could change it again and try to resell that ticket. And whoever ends up with their name on it the most recently, when August 14th hits, they're going to be the people that are allowed to pick up the ticket, and the other person is not. So if you're buying tickets on eBay or from a third party, I really, really recommend being familiar with that policy so you don't get scammed out of your money. Another option for tickets, if you miss all those other ones and you don't want to fuck with eBay because that's sketchy as shit, there's the benefits dinner. The ticket for this goes on sale April 22nd, and the special dinner is November 5th. The money from this ticket will go to charity, and so because it's a nice dinner with Blizzard artists and developers and community people, you get some special swag, plus you get the usual ticket in the goodie bag. The price is pretty steep at $750, but it's for charity. So if you couldn't get tickets the regular way and you're made of money and it's worth it to you, then that's definitely something you should check out. Help out charity, have a cool event, probably a very neat experience, and get your Blizzcon too. For those of you who are not going to Blizzcon, $200 isn't worth it for you, or there's travel involved. The virtual ticket will be available again this year. Blizzard also announced that they'll be offering the ability for people to just buy the goodie bag itself. Now, I don't want to discourage people from doing this, especially if it's something that you're really interested in, but I do feel that it's fair for me to mention that over the years, the quality of the goodie bag has gotten less. The first year, and I've been to BlizzCon every year since I started playing WoW and Classic, the first year of the BlizzCon goodie bag was amazing. It was stuffed full of stuff, and the first few years. And then gradually it's been less and less fun stuff and more advertisements and flyers and things like that, promotional stuff. And, I'm not saying this because I'm a person who feels entitled to all sorts of stuff. I love Blizzard games. I gladly paid that $200 for the ticket each year, and I feel that I get my money's worth. I encourage any Blizzard fan to go to BlizzCon. I think it's a great experience, not just for the information. Of course, you can get the information free online, but also the experience, meeting your guildies, hanging out with friends, sharing with the community. You can meet the developers and the community managers, and it's a really good experience if you're very into the community and gaming and Blizzard games, and people that are going. It's worth it. So my point is, it's not just me hating on the goodie bag and feeling that I should get, a lucrative amount of treasures in there. But, objectively, the quality has gone down. So the in-game items are still very cool. So if that's something you care about, you get portraits in StarCraft. You'll probably get some in Heroes, maybe even Overwatch. You get a Hearthstone card. And then in WoW, you usually get a pet, sometimes a mount. If that's all you're interested in, I would recommend going with the virtual ticket unless the goodie bag is cheaper, which I don't think it will be. Rather than buying the goodie bag, because probably the goodie bag, other than that in-game item, all it's going to include, is a keychain and some other little knick-knack. Not really worth it, but I just thought I'd give you a heads up. Obviously, it's your decision. So those are my tips. That's the information about BlizzCon. All the detailed information is on BlizzCon.com. Hopefully you can get tickets, and hopefully I'll see you there.